Is your team arguing with each other, not speaking respectfully, showing up late? I want to talk about leading by example. The old saying, do as I say, not as I do. Is this you or is it your leadership team? I want you to take a look at that today. Hey, everybody, it's your new practice training video. It's Sensei Tosh, and let's go ahead and get started. The master's perspective. I want you guys to shift from verbal instruction to behavioral influence. What does that mean? Well, let's get started. Action over instruction. A critical leadership truth: your team doesn't follow instruction, they model behavior. So one, I want you to look at your own behavior. And if you have a leadership team, I want you to look at your leadership team's behavior. Do that very intentionally this week. A critical leadership truth. So I want to repeat that one more time. Your team doesn't follow instructions, they model behavior. Instructions set the boundary, but behavior sets the culture. When a leader says one thing but does another, the team defaults to the observed action every time. So let's get away from let's do as I say, not as I do, because they're going to be modeling you. Behavior is the only true form of instruction. Example is not the main thing in influencing others, it's the only thing. So how do we influence others? It's by what we do, not always by what we say. The 3 pillars of audit. 1, communication, tone, frequency, and clarity of your interactions define the team standard. 2nd is punctuality. We have this saying at home, at work: early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. So I want you to look at what is your punctuality and what is that of your leadership teams. Respect for time is a respect for the mission. Being on time is the target. If you show up late, your team's going to think it's okay to show up late. If your leadership team shows up late, your team's going to think it's okay to show up late. So we need to set the standard. And if your start time is different or your leadership start time is different, make that known to everybody so they're not just thinking people roll up whenever they want to. Follow through. Integrity is found in the gap between the agreement that's made and the result that's delivered. So if you say you're going to do something, but you don't follow through yourself, don't expect that your team is going to do the same thing. Pillar 1, communication, modeling the tone. How do you communicate during crisis? How do you provide feedback? Your challenge is to audit your words this week. Be intentional about everything that comes out of your mouth, how you say, what you say, how that person's responding to you. Even consider your body language. Some of us are so busy, we just default to how we communicate. And sometimes that doesn't always get through to all types of people who have different communication styles. So speed of response, professionalism under pressure. How do you respond? Are you flipping out? How is your energy? Is it angry or is it positive and encouraging? And radical transparency. It's better to respond in a way that you communicate, hey, this is how I'm feeling, versus the nonverbal communication that comes up. Because most oftentimes, it's the nonverbal communication that the person hears versus what you're actually saying. So here's a quick note. Audit your action. What is it like in your communication? Did you model the standard in what you want to see from your leadership team or even from your general team who are leaders over the people that you serve? Pillar 2, punctuality, the silent standard. Punctuality is the most visible form of discipline. I'm going to say that again. Punctuality is the most visible form of discipline. If a leader is late or your leadership team is late, they give the team permission to be lax. Audit your arrival times this week. Being early is a sign of preparation. Being late is a sign of priority confusion. Most of you guys have heard me talk about prep time, production time, and personal time. When we're late, we miss those prep times in order to coordinate to have really great production times. So don't be late or it won't be great. Number 3, follow through. We want 100% integrity here. So closing that loop, follow through is the heartbeat of trust. Influencing others depends entirely on our consistency. If you say it will be done, it must be done. Audit your pending task. Are you modeling reliability or are things slipping through the crack? How you do anything is how you do everything. How you do the small things is how you do all things. And you're also teaching your team how to behave in your business. So the 7-day audit checklist. As a leader, everyone is the leader. Okay, like I said, you're either leading people or you're leading patients. Everyone's a leader. So ask yourself, ask your team to ask these questions to themselves. Did I arrive 5 minutes early to every meeting? Early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. Did I respond to all team queries within 4 hours? Okay, people are waiting on communication, whether it be via email, staff communication forms, however you guys do communications, please make sure you close that loop so there isn't any confusion there. Did I respond and did I complete every task that I committed to doing today? You guys know that we teach every office, every business to run off of daily game plans. Just like when you go out to play sports on a team, you have a game plan of what you're going to do, the plays that you're going to run, how you're going to coordinate as a team. That's very important. So if you say you're going to do something today, make sure you get it done. We also call those SMART goals. Specific, measurable, you have an action plan for it. It's real and relevant for today, and that's the timeline. So that's your SMART acronym. So again, let me recap that. Did you arrive early to the meetings? Did you answer any questions within 4 hours? Did you complete every task that you committed to? And was your tone encouraging to those who you communicated with? So weekly transformational plan, make a commitment. Say, okay, I'm going to take this weekend and Monday, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to commit to doing this audit for myself and for my team. So you got to put those glasses on and the hearing aids on, if you will, to see and hear things differently than you normally do. Audit communication patterns. Really look at how's your leadership team speaking to other team members? How are your team members communicating and speaking to your patients? Really take a look at that. Wednesday, focus on punctuality habits. Look at yourself, look at your team. You can look at their clock ends. Were they early? Did they arrive late? What is going on there? Take inventory so you can have communication on this. Sometimes it's the 1 degree that gets us totally off on a different course instead of laser beam focus ahead. Thursday, audit, follow through, and task. Everybody should be writing game plans every day in the SMART goal format: specific, measurable, action plan, relevant, real, and then today is the timeline. So audit that. Most of you guys aren't looking at that. Many of you guys are not huddling up with your team. It doesn't matter the kind of business that you operate, whether it's chiropractic, medically integrated, a med spa, a restaurant, doesn't matter. These things are critical points that you should be doing to make sure your team's doing what they said they would do. And then Friday, review and cement the standard. See what needs to change. And then next week, train your team on the things that you saw, what you audit, and how you want to correct that to make it better. Final thoughts, modeling the standard. Check this out. Okay, this has stuck with me forever because RBF, I'm not going to say the words out loud, but RBF, you all have heard of that, resting face. Okay, some of us have that, not realizing it. I'm guilty of that. I internalize a lot. I go inward and I say I have a committee in the head and we always have a staff meeting going on. But when I'm thinking, my face changes a little bit. So listen to this quote. 93% of communication is nonverbal. Okay. 55% is body language. 38% is tone, and 7% is the actual words that are being said. So there's a lot of room for misinterpretation. That's why we say write things up. If it isn't written, it isn't true. If we want something really executed well and done the way that it should be, have a standard operating procedure, write it like a recipe, exactly how you would do it in order to get that desired product. When we start verbally communicating, there is this chance for error because 55% of our communication is nonverbal. It's our body language, the rate in which we speak at. I come from a loud family, so I've had to learn how to like tone it down a little bit, speak a little bit slower, because not everybody can gather the communication or what you're intending to communicate by how fast you speak, or if you speak with a loud voice. So take all of that into consideration because it's crazy. Everything that you say, only 7% of that is the actual words that come out of your mouth. The rest is the nonverbal. So always write things up, have standard operating procedures, have policies in your office. If you need help with that, please do let me know. Leave us a comment. We'd love to help and support you. We need to know what you want, what you're struggling with. So leave a comment and we're happy to help. We'll see you next time. Be blessed and be a blessing.
If this helped, give this video a like and share it with someone who needs this.